As I mentioned in one of the other pieces, Jay and myself and many members of the cast are members of the Baha'i community, specifically the Baha'i community of Austin, Texas. And as I wrote the script, Baha'i references kept coming to mind, and there are a lot of them that don't really bear too much on the story or on the spiritual teachings, but I kind of put in basically as fun, inside football for Baha'is who are watching the film. And some of the things that I'm sure were obvious, but some of the things that come to mind were the fact that there are 19 elders, and the fact that Suranesh is 19 when he starts his journey. And 19 is a special number in the Baha'i calendar, especially because there are 19 days to the Baha'i month and 19 months in the Baha'i year. Other references are, there are some parallels between the story of Nefet, the king, and the story of Baha'u'llah in Baghdad. Nefet was betrayed by his brother, and Baha'u'llah was betrayed by his half-brother, Yahya, whose followers became known as Azalis. And I've used the name Lazial as an anagram to the word Azali as one reference. Also, the way that story unfolds with Nefet leaving the kingdom to avoid civil war with no thought of returning is very parallel to Baha'u'llah leaving Baghdad for Sulaymaniyah in Iraqi Kurdistan at the time, with no thought of returning as well. He did return, of course, but that was another inside reference to the king removing himself from the situation to avoid the civil war. There are other vague similarities between the entire story and Baha'u'llah's work, the Four Valleys, and his other work, the Seven Valleys, just in the fact that Suranesh is searching throughout the film. There's a reference at one point to the Valley of Search when he's in the scene with Karjad. Karjad's explaining that search is the most important first step in any journey, and he says, and your steed on this journey, on the journey in the Valley of Search, must be patience. And that's a direct lift out of Baha'u'llah's work. And later at the end of the movie, Nefet has a line that it's time that Suranesh, and by extension his family and his clan, come down from the mountain into the Valley of Contentment. And that also is one of the critical steps in the Seven Valleys. So if you watch closely, you'll hopefully pick up on those references, and maybe some others as well, maybe some others that we didn't even intend. So thanks again for watching The Secret of Suranesh. Alawapa.